Hi guys, here we are. We're back for installment number 2. This is the second YouTube installment that I've made since I've been back to Florida. We got back about a month ago. So I wanted to share with you what I found this week. But before I get to that, I want to tell you, the last video that I made, I was showing you how I was hired by Mark to help clean up part of his area in his antique shop. Well, I'm going to follow through with that. This next week, I will be revealing some of the things that I found. I call it buried treasure. The name of the shop originally was Famous Treasures. It's buried treasure. What I've been able to unearth and find in there, it's been a fun process. But before I do that, I wanted to share with you this week's fresh pickings. What did I find? Now I have to tell you, Christmas is my favorite thing to collect. I have many things I really enjoy, but Christmas is my favorite. And I really like the 1950s stuff because it's reminiscent of my childhood. That's the stuff I like. So I want to share with you what I found. So I went into the antique shop that I've been hired to work in to help clean up. And right there, front and center, brand new, woman brought in her mother's collection and she wanted to sell it all. And so this is what I found this week. I couldn't wait to share it with you. All right, so here I go. Here's the big reveal. What did I find? Okay, here we go. Oh wait, now I have to do it, I think, to stay consistent. I have to do it like this. All right, here is my table of 1950s ceramic figurines. Let me tell you what all we've got and how I think I can price them. Because I'm gonna list all of this on eBay. Because Christmas is quickly approaching, I need to get this stuff online right away. Okay, so let's start right back here. This I've already got listed. All of these little Christmas angels are by Napco. Good brand, highly collectible. And do you see the little trim on each one of those? That's called spaghetti trim. Anytime you find something like that, it's generally good. And these little Napco Christmas angels are just highly sought after. Now I have to price them competitively because at Christmas time, there's a lot of competition. People are getting it all out. So I'm going to have to price it right if I want to move it. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. So the first thing, I've already got this little planter listed. I put it out there for $45. Now, one of the things that I said on this is that it's got a few little chips in the red paint. You do have to check for that because that red paint has a tendency to flake off. So you have to inspect that. I checked the spaghetti trim to make sure it's all intact. So these little angels, I'm actually going to list at $45 a piece. One of them had a wing that had cracked. And so I will disclose that in as is, and I will probably sell that for a little less, maybe $35, but I'll probably start them at, around $45 or $49 or best offer. So those four, we're looking potentially at $180, and that's $45. Then I've got this little, see this little figurine and how she's carrying package. This is called the little, what did they call that? The shopper girl. This is a little cutie. This is that by Napco? Yep, there it is marked. See, 1956. I was 4 years old at that time. Yeah, you can figure out how old I am. But anyway, I'm going to list that for $65. She's in mint condition. Just a darling. Oh, there's the foil label on the bottom of her dress. Okay, so I'm going to list her, Shopper Girl, $45. This one, the Choir Boys, I don't recognize that maker's name, but it was made in Japan in 1953, and I'm going to list those I think for $19. Now, these other little carolers, I'm going to sell these in pairs. And the facial features, and look at their mouths are actually open. Doesn't that look 50s? Oh my gosh. So I've seen them for $75 a pair. I will probably start there as well, or best offer. Here we've got little kissing angels. Again, take a look at the little spaghetti trim. And look at those angelic faces. That is so sweet. I'm going to list those for $45 for the pair. This is a little cute little angel. I think this one was Lefton. Yeah, there's the label on the bottom. Is there a year on that? No, just a number. But anyway, I'm going to put her out there for $23. Cute little angel. People like those little musical angels. See, she's blowing a little horn. Yeah. Look at all that red and green trim in the little wings. So sweet. So as long as we're talking about angels and musical instruments, here's a set of 5 angels, and each with a different instrument. I could list those for about $28 a piece. I'm going to list the set of 5 for $125 or best offer. Again, notice the spaghetti trim. And these are all in mint condition. And look at the faces on those. Just darling. So sweet. Now this is quite the little set. These are by Lefton. They're miniature, they're smaller. They're little angel babies. And this set of 3, I'm gonna list for $132. Now, sometimes you can find them individually listed for $50 a piece. It's hard to find the set of 3. So, you know, maybe I could sell them for more, but because I'm getting so close to Christmas, I think I'm gonna just do the $132 for the set. The other little things that I like are these little pixie elves. And pixie elves are usually really good. You know what? They kind of have a mean looking face. I'm not really fond of their faces, but they are collectible. And I think, let's see, I'm going to list the pair for $45. Okay, musical. I forgot to point out this little gal. Okay, I listed her already, and I put $19 on a buy it now for her. I don't think she was marked on the bottom, just Japan. If it would have had a paper label to identify it as Napco or Lefton or Norcrest, but even in my research, I haven't been able to find the particular maker. So she's just $19. Okay, so then, not Christmas, but cute little Dutch kissing figurines. And as long as I'm listing all of these others, I thought, well, you know what? It's a like item from the 50s, and I'm gonna list those. And I think about $29 for the pair. And then I've got these cute Dutch kissing figurines, and these are little wall pockets. See that? I don't know what they would have put in those because that's kind of a small opening. Some kind of a little artificial plant? I don't know. So I will list those again for $29 or $39 for the pair. And I think those were marked. Yep, there's that Norcrest. That's a good name. That's a collectible figurine. So I've got those. Now, let's see, what else have I got? Now, when I went into a thrift store, you know, the neat thing is that down here, and back home actually too, Goodwill and Salvation Army, they put their Christmas out all year round. So, which is a good thing, because when you see vintage Christmas, you just want to pick it up. You don't hesitate. So I had gone into a thrift store and they had a tub of Christmas that they were selling all of it for $4. So what I did was I picked through that tub, I brought the tub home, bought it all, and then I picked out what I wanted. I'm gonna redonate the rest of it, and this is what I found. I got these little snow babies. I wasn't sure if they were German or not. They're not marked. I put them on eBay for $29 for the pair. These are what they call Jewel Bright. They're plastic. The one that I really liked was this diorama ornament with Santa on a reindeer, a little miniature bottle brush tree. I loved that. Here's one with an angel, and you know what, with that silver reflection back there, see that silver foil paper? Those really give a nice shine on the tree. They really kind of sparkle in this one. So I put this set of 3 for $19. Then I found hand crocheted ornaments. There are some that are more popular than others, but this little hot air balloon, I thought, you know, just a funky little thing. I'm gonna list that for $12. And then I bought, these were in the tub. They're all marked Czech and Czechoslovakia. And I listed the 5 of those, I think for $25. I listed the 5 of those. This is Shiny Bright from the 50s. Do you see the little, what do I want to call it? It's not mica, but the frosted thing, indent, double indent, and it's pink. I wish I had more of those. I just have the one. I put it online for $17 with free shipping. The other thing that I found in the tub was this neat made in Germany, paper mache ornament. You would open it up and it was a candy container. And I like the little mica trim around it. And if I open it up, let's see if I can do that. Oh, I need another pair of hands. Oh, excuse me. Okay, when you open it up, look at all the detail, even the paper doily trim around the inside. And when was that made? Does it say? 1956 by Kurt Adler. Love it. And so when they put that ornament on the tree, that would have been filled with candy for the children. And it's a darling little ornament. So I like that. Okay, so kind of random. I picked up this cut crystal piece, and I think it's a paperweight. Isn't that pretty? I think that's really quite stunning. That's just pretty. I'm gonna put $15 or $19 on that. Okay, so for a little piece of whimsy, you know Hallmark. Well, Hallmark's been putting out what they call Jingle Pals. And these used to bring like $75 on eBay. They don't bring that much anymore, but take a look. Well, anyway, when you push the button, now just give it a second, and it starts. Isn't that darling? All right, so I got that little cutie patootie. Okay, so I paid $3 for that, and I'm gonna put it on for $29 or a best offer. I will continue to go to Goodwill and Salvation Army, and I will find more of those because this time of year you find all kinds of them. I will pick up more. Some of them are worth more than others, but it would be really nice to have a variety of 5 or 6 different kinds for people to choose from to fill in their collection because people collect those. All right, so what else have I got? Okay, one of the things that I like to do, this is random. I bought an old quilt. I really like quilts in blues with a small print. And then I collect vintage crocheted lace and trim all year. And I make Christmas stockings. And I just sold this assortment of 4. I just sold those today, but I wanted to show them to you before I shipped them out. They're all a little different trim, all from the same quilt, and I call it Farmhouse Primitive. And some lady bought all of those for her family, and I just, whoops. And so I wanted to share with you those. See how I took a rusty bell, tied that on with a little jute, and yeah. So that's something I like to do. I had bought that quilt at Goodwill. Like I say, I like small print. I love the use of blue, and that's real good with Farmhouse Primitives. Then the other thing that I do for the people who have a cabin or a lodge of some kind, I took an old stadium quilt and I used the fringe and I draped it over the edge, and I made those Christmas stockings. Those are currently listed on eBay as well. Well, I think I've pretty much shared with you what I got this week's finds. And, oh, but one random thing I have to show you. I have to get it out here. Went into a thrift store the other day. You know the movie The Gladiator is coming out? And I thought, this is a woman's belt. And I thought, oh, for anyone, maybe that's going to be hot right now. So I looked inside the belt, made in California by Streets Ahead, Santa Monica, California. So I bought that belt for $1, and I looked it up, and I'm going to list that. This might be my best find for the day. I'm going to list that for $150. That's what they seem to be going for. Some people will ask $200, but then they'll take best offer. So I think I'm going to start it at $150 or best offer. And you know what? Anything I get for it is a bonus because I only paid $1 for it. So what a random thing to run into. But you know what? You just go with your gut, and it usually works out. So there's my finds for the week. And next week when I come back to see you again, whoops, here I go. Next week when I see you, I'm going to reveal some of the things that I found in that antique shop called K&M Treasures, formerly known as Famous Treasures, right here in Land O'Lakes, Florida. Okay. So anyway, until next time, thanks for viewing. Thanks for following along with me to see what I can unearth. Like I say, buried treasures. That's what I like looking for. And I'll see you next time. Hey, don't forget, hit that subscribe button if you want to continue to follow along and see what I can find. Thank you for allowing me to share my journey with you. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you next time. Thank you very much. Bye for now.